That was the first and only movie I've ever had an asthma attack in. Because I got asthma. I was laughing so hard, bro. I was laughing so hard I couldn't even take a breath to like, and I had my inhaler with me.
On the Brand Podcast.
Welcome back to another episode of Beyond the Brand Podcast. I'm your host, Angelo, and today we have a very special guest. We have somebody with 124K subscribers, over 2 million views combined, somebody that's working on YouTube maybe harder than us because we've been dropping every Tuesday. He's been dropping, I feel like, every week as well. Yeah. So when I seen him doing his grind and I found out he's from here, I'm like, we definitely got to have this guy on. So today, without further ado, we're going to talk some movies today. We got Jacey Flames in the building.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Excited to be here.
Of course. Thank you so much for coming by, bro. I was seeing, when you're scrolling and stuff, you kind of forget exactly how it worked, but I just seen your content and I'm like, wait, hold up, is he here?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh shit, he is here.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is dope. So for people that don't know, kind of give them a little idea of what you do on YouTube, because that's kind of your main platform, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. So I actually started back in 2017.
Okay.
But initially I was an artist. I did like rap mostly and hip hop, R&B, but for, I would say, along that duration, I kind of started to transition out of music more into film because I've always loved film anyways. And you can kind of see some of that inspiration from some of my content and even like with early music videos that I had. So with that being like my main thing, eventually I was just like, I'm going to just transition a lot of my content to film.
Yeah.
And I just started doing it and I got like a really good response from it. So I've been going ever since. But yeah, YouTube and TikTok, I'm starting to like barely get on there.
Yeah, but, that's how we are too.
That's
it's
the whole
just
thing, man.
I feel like it's probably, you might be around our age. I'm like, once you're at a certain age, it's kind of like we just don't get it. Like how the younger, you know what I'm saying?
And they're quick. They're quick about their stuff. And the thing about YouTube is I'm so used to YouTube and taking my time, being creative. Not to say TikTok creators are not creative, but they're really quick with it. I can't be that quick. So
and they're definitely something that I find different from YouTube to TikTok is like YouTube, you kind of get more people and watchers and stuff like that and fans when you're doing your original content. Whereas on TikTok, people love when you're just doing whatever people are doing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
It's very trendy.
Yeah, super
YouTube,
trendy.
That's the good thing. I feel like that's how, and kind of to go around it is long story short, but I started off doing with my music. I was also doing like tutorials and just kind of like educating people about the industry.
Okay, yeah.
And then it transitioned into now I'm like educating people on like film and movies. And then sometimes I just talk about the new movies. But yeah, YouTube, you can pop off on an old film that people have never seen. TikTok, I feel like most of it has to be like the new stuff. Everyone hops on trends.
What's going on right now?
And I'm like,
so today for y'all, we're going to talk about the top movies of 2025.
Yes, sir.
But before that, I want to set a baseline for our people that may not they haven't seen you before. They don't know kind of your vibe, you know. What is the best movie of all time for you? Because that's going to give people a baseline of like where you're at. You know what I'm saying?
Man, that's tough.
I know. I know it is. But you got to go with the one that just there's the one.
Just that pops in my head. Oh, man. Damn, I can't do an honorable mention.
Yeah, you can.
Okay, honorable mention. Okay, so I'd have to say Shawshank Redemption.
Bro, that's my favorite movie. One of my favorite movies.
Honorable mention probably be. I used to love Blade Runner, but I also love Pulp Fiction. I could probably sit here for days though. I got like a top 25. Like it's hard, man. It's tough. Shawshank, I feel like undoubtedly it's so flawless to me.
Shawshank, it's crazy because when I was young, my dad had it in the house and he would always say that's his favorite movie. Oh, yeah. And I would always be like, is it? And then I started watching it. But every year that I've watched that I get older, I'm like, oh yeah, this is like one of the greatest movies of all time. Man. Damn.
You know what? It was one of those movies too. I watched as a kid with him as well because it was the same thing. And he loved Morgan Freeman. So he watched it, and I remember as a kid, I was like, I don't get the hype. I don't get this. Like, what's big? And then I got a little older, and I rewatched it, in like my early 20s, and I was like, man, it was like one of the few movies I'd ever seen where I was like, immediately as soon as it stopped, I was like, run it back. I want to watch this again.
Because there's so many layers to it, man. Shout out, was it Andy Dufresne, right?
Andy Dufresne, yes.
Andy Dufresne, man.
Yeah, Tim Robbins. So I watched it not too long ago with my father, ironically.
Really?
I feel like it gets better every time I
Yeah.
watch it. It's just like amazing.
So good.
Love that film.
Yeah, I'm there with you. That's definitely in my top. What about another baseline for us? Give me like a underrated or like a guilty pleasure. You know, like for me, one of my favorites is like Napoleon Dynamite or something like that. You know,
great.
Where it's like there's you got to be a certain type of person that likes it. But is there anything like that?
Just any genre.
Anything, yeah, anything that comes to mind.
Just anything that comes to mind. Probably, one of my guilty pleasures just lately I've been stuck on is the first Creed.
Okay, yeah.
I love that movie. I think it's
Michael B.
probably
Jordan?
'cause Sinners is up there for me this year. So I've been like going back to Ryan Coogler's films. So like, yeah, the first Creed to me is just like a guilty pleasure. I feel like it's a good film anyways.
Yeah. But that's just one of your ones. Yeah. I mean, Ryan and Michael B. Jordan just like.
Oh, they're really good tandem. Man.
Just man.
They're up there with one of my some of my favorites. Like I love Jordan Peele and Daniel Kaluuya. I love Leo and Scorsese. I mean, the list goes on, but I feel like they're up there. Like those duos.
Yeah, when you really break it down, like you're like, damn, because what they had like Fruitvale, Sinners, Creed,
Black Panther.
Black Panther. It's just like they kind of hit because Fruitvale was like underground. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then they hit Marvel, which is like huge box.
Yes.
It's like they hit every level.
The crazy thing is when Fruitvale was making waves, and this is weird too, because just kind of like give you some context. I've just been watching films since I was a kid.
Yeah.
So when that story actually hit Fruitvale, because it's based on
the real story, yeah.
I thought it was just like the saddest thing ever. And then I heard later on it was being made by somebody, and I was like, oh, okay. And that's that guy from The Wire, right? Okay, I'm gonna check that out. And I checked it out when it came out, and it was getting all these like rave reviews from critics, and I was like, dude, this movie it like hit me. And then they announced the Marvel thing, and I was like, oh man, I'm so excited. So
yeah, it's kind of a crazy run. I don't think
a
lot of people don't really talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Like individually they do, but I'm saying like as a team, like that's kind of crazy, bro. They're going hit for hit. Like
that's what I mean. Like there's certain directors and certain actors. I feel like when they have the tandem, you're just like, oh, bro, they're
out of here.
Yeah, they're on a roll.
Getting a little bit more towards the top movies of this year, I was kind of sitting down and I was just realizing I think I've seen the least amount of movies in theaters this year.
Really?
I just feel like, I don't know if that's something that's happening more. Do you feel like theaters are dying a little bit? If so, maybe why? Do you see that at all?
I kind of felt like that in the beginning of the summer.
Okay.
And I was like, yeah, I don't know how this is going to be, especially I feel like post-pandemic was a lot of people were like, oh, this is over with for theaters. The beginning of the theater, the beginning of the year, I thought the same thing. But then recently we've had this resurgence of certain movies like The Sinners. So tonight I'm actually going, although it's showing on Netflix, I'm going to go see The Frankenstein, Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein, 35 millimeter. Because I'm like, that's just a whole different presentation.
Yeah.
So to answer your question, I feel like the underground, like, cinephile type of movie fans are keeping it alive in a sense because of those presentations, and studios are getting wind of it, you know.
And that's what scares me is that of course that's always going to be there, but like in order to keep theaters open, like and growing, those people aren't going to keep the lights on. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like there's theaters that are closing, but there's going to be some that will hopefully be open. I'm hoping. But yeah, the streaming, it's hard to be streaming.
Man, it really does scare me because when it's happening to me, because like at the end of the day, I love a movie theater experience.
Same.
There's nothing like it. No. You know what I mean? Like, so even looking back at my Harkins history, I'm like, damn, I didn't really go that much.
You know what? I was actually having this conversation with my pops the other day too. Well, because he went with me to see the Predator Badlands movie. And I was like, man, I think Harkins to me is my favorite theater here in Arizona but it's not so mainstream like AMC, Regal, some of those. But I hate how they don't have like a membership compared to AMC. AMC has the membership.
Yeah.
So I just barely got it last year.
Okay.
And this year I felt like I've seen the most films in theaters that I've ever seen.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Last year I was just keeping up with streaming or Harkins. I would
Got
just
you.
go,
Yeah.
but
And I feel like it is a little bit different. That's why I wanted to hear your perspective, because it's a little bit different because it's a part of your job, you know,
yeah.
to say like you're dropping content like every week.
every week.
So like you're constantly watching something. If you're
Always.
not like going back like top 10 or whatever. Most of the stuff you drop is like stuff that just came out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so that's kind of like a part of, maybe that's why there's an increase too, because you're constantly watching stuff.
Yeah, it's weird because, like I said, I feel like you have those diehard cinephiles like me, even if it's not part of their job, they just love film.
Yeah.
But like you said, there's the overflux of people that just rather watch it at home. The thing that bothers me too is you keep seeing movies that within like 3-4 weeks they go straight to VOD. You know, they go straight.
Yeah.
And you're like, man, can you like
Give me a chance.
Yeah. I want to see
Bro,
it theaters,
and I think that speaks to my issue that I have is I have a daughter now. Like, you know, she's young, so it's hard to get a babysitter. Because me and my wife, you know, we've been together for a long time. That was our thing, is like going to the movies. Like that's our favorite thing to do. And now date night, yeah. But now it's a little bit harder. So yeah, there will be like, okay, we can't go this week, but let's go this week. Oh shit, it's not even in theaters no more.
Yeah.
Like damn. So now we go see a movie that's just at the theaters. That's like not even what we wanted to see. You know, like we went and watched Him, and I'm like, oh, I wish we would have watched something else. You know what I mean? Like, damn, bro. But it's like that's what was playing when we had a babysitter. So yeah, that's a part of it too. I'm like, damn, bro, give us some time. You're right about that.
I got family members. It's the same thing. They're like, oh, we can't. I'll wait until it comes out on streaming. And I'm like, yeah, it's 3-4 weeks from now. I mean,
that is kind of crazy, right?
You know, whatever. But
yeah,
it is what it is, man. I'm hopeful, but we'll see.
It's scary. Where are you going to watch the Frankenstein?
So I found a theater because I don't know if you know this too, but it was just in select theaters before Halloween.
Gotcha.
And then now they released it actually yesterday on Netflix. But I found a Majestic Theater in Tempe, but I guess it used to be an Alamo Draft House.
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
My boy be going there a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I think, don't they play Tarantino stuff there?
They do.
Yes.
They do.
He's went to go see some stuff there. He's told me.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Well, this is even my first time going because I've always heard of it, but I've never been. So I'm like, and I heard they were showing this. I'm a huge like Del Toro fan.
Yeah.
So I was like, I gotta go.
We were actually just talking about him on the last pod because they asked him, they were like, would you ever use AI in your movies? And he's like, I'd rather die.
But yeah,
that was his quote.
Respect.
Yeah, I was like, damn, that fool ain't playing.
Oh, no,
bro.
he's not.
What do you feel about AI in movies?
You know what's crazy is, okay, so just the other day I saw something on Twitter where there's an AI music artist. She's a singer.
It's will.i.am's artist, right? Or is it somebody else?
I think it was
Timberlands?
well, Timberlands.
Timberlands. Yeah.
So I guess there's that, but there was one that just cracked the top Billboard 100. And I'm like, bro. I mean, obviously I'm not in the music space, but I'm like, when it comes to the movie stuff, you hear that with directors. And I've heard there's this AI actress that Hollywood's been trying to push.
I haven't seen that.
And yeah, you have a lot of directors and actors coming out like, nah, we're boycotting this. Like,
wow.
if you see her in a movie, boycott it.
If you see her in a movie.
I'm like, bro, this is crazy. So my thoughts on it is I feel like if it was used right and if there was certain laws and regulations on it, I'm cool with it. But if it's not, which is what I'm seeing now, I'm like, dude, just get rid of it, bro.
Yeah.
The Coca-Cola thing, I don't know if you saw that. So Coca-Cola, every year they have their annual holiday commercial. And this year they decided to use AI.
It's
and
out?
They came out blatantly. They were just like, this is our commercial shot in AI. And people were like,
it's out right now?
Oh, yeah.
Wow, I got to go check that out.
All over Twitter, people were complaining. Then, ironically, just this past week, Apple came out with a commercial to advertise their stuff, and they used an actual artist. And it was kind of like a shot at them, but people were like, this is how you do it.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, there's definitely, there's a big, I think it's going to be, we were talking about it like CGI, you know, to where like people are going to use it and overuse it, and people are going to be like, what just happened in that movie, you know? And then it's going to get dialed back to where they use it the right way, you know? Because, like, when we first seen CGI, we're kind of like, what the fuck is going on? But now they use it, they kind of figured it out, you know, where it's like there's a good amount of it that can be used.
That's why I'm like, I'm not against it if it's used right. But if it's taken away from certain people's jobs and certain things where it's just like, come on now, you guys, can you just, like, learn how to regulate it, then we're good.
Exactly. But yeah, I'm very interested to see kind of like what that landscape looks like.
The music world is crazy.
Well, have you seen even like the 50 Cent?
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about? Like
the remakes, the 1970s.
Yes.
They do. Oh my, it's funny. My family, we have a group chat, and we'll be sending each other all sorts of versions.
Yes.
60s Motown version.
Yes.
Of this, and we're tripping
of
out.
like Many Men.
It's crazy because some of these, I just told my brother the other day, I was like, bro, some of these sound better than the newer music that's coming out. It's horrible.
That's what's scaring me is like some of it. At first, AI was so bad that you're like, no, like this is funny and stupid. Yeah. Now it's getting kind of good where you're like,
it's scary. That's why you're like, wait, is this AI or is this not?
Bro,
this sounds good.
Even with like reels, sometimes I'll watch a reel or my friend will just show me a reel and I'm like, was that AI? I got to watch it a second time to be like, okay, it was AI.
It was AI.
But like before, you know, something's off. But now it's kind of like,
well, they have that. Was it Sora? I think that's what it's called. The program. That's some of that stuff. That's usually where I'm questioning it. I'm like, is this? If it's usually outrageous, I'm like, okay, it's got to be AI. Yeah. But there's sometimes I'm like, I don't know if this is AI.
Bro,
or not.
it's getting scary out there.
It's getting wild.
Yeah, you're right. It needs just some type of regulations, but stuff like that takes time.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
It does.
Like, because even for people to like take your likeness, like for you example, you have your face so much on YouTube, someone could easily take you and make you do whatever they want. And that might not be what you want. And now they're posting content about that.
Making money off of it.
And it's like, how do you sue them? Because that's not even a thing yet. No. You know?
Yeah, and I've heard there's some people that have come out. I think it was, I came across Neil deGrasse Tyson. You ever listen to his
yeah.
He had to come out and be like, this was not me.
Wow.
Because somebody made a deep fake of him saying that the earth was flat. And that looked identical.
Yeah,
I was like,
it looked good.
Oh my God. And he had to come out and say, this was not me, by the way. And I was like, oh man.
That's crazy.
The same thing. The only thing that you can barely tell if you go back and watch it, because I was going back and forth, is the lighting a little, like it looks too clear. His skin.
And like the average person doesn't edit videos, so they'll never ever know.
No.
It's so crazy. Yeah, let's get into these top movies. How many do you think you got? Because I didn't say like a number because I was leaving that open ended. But what are you thinking?
10?
Top 10?
I have top 10 right now.
Oh,
right now though, you know, we're still in November, but right now.
I was going through and I'm like struggling because, like I said, I didn't watch as many movies. So for like top, I ended up sitting with 3, just to like be safe. That I think these 3, like you can go and watch these. These are top of the year. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I was struggling a little bit just because I didn't watch so many movies, and then the few that I did like in between were like, I don't know if that's even really worth making someone watch. You know what I mean?
There's some too that I kind of had to sit there and skim through a lot of my top 10 because I was like, man, there's certain movies right after you have the recency bias, and I have to be careful with that.
That's
sometimes.
This guy right here. He'll be like, this is the greatest movie of the whole ever in film cinema ever. I'm like, bro, relax, bro. It just came out.
A few days later, you're just like, okay, that wasn't that great. You know, it was good, but it wasn't that great, you know?
Yeah, I feel that. I have that sometimes too, especially with certain genres, because you don't see like great movies in certain genres. So you'll be like, oh, is this the best comedy of all time? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You're like, because they have a lower bar.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. But yeah, go ahead and give me one. Let's see where you're at.
Okay, so starting at 10, actually, you know what?
Yeah, pull out the list. Yeah, let's do it.
I have it written down somewhere.
For sure.
Not really quick, because I was actually coincidentally thinking about it the other day, and I was like, man. All right, number 10 for me, number 10 was Superman.
Superman, okay, dope.
So Superman was good. felt like it's a really good baseline. It's a very like good start. I feel like for James Gunn in the DC universe to start with, and then he can go up from there. I'm excited to see what he's gonna do.
Okay.
But I wasn't so high off of it as a lot of fans were.
Okay.
A lot of people were like, "Oh my god, it's the greatest Superman movie ever." I was like, "It's cool, but you know,
Okay.
not the greatest."
Worth watching.
Worth watching, yes.
Okay.
And especially if you're into Superman, DC, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dope. Number 8.
Or number 9.
I mean, number 9. Excuse me.
This is like an underrated film. You're probably going to be thrown off by this, but I love cartoons. I love animation. I've been trying to get into more of those reviews. But
I've been seeing that. Yeah.
yes, I've been getting into and anime.
People are
too.
liking it from what
Yes.
I've seen.
So my thought process, quick, my bad, side note, but nobody's really dominating that area. And I feel like at the same time, I've always loved cartoons as a kid. I'm just a big kid. I mean, come on, I got Batman on my shirt. Like, I just love cartoons. So, like, naturally, I've just been doing that. But, yeah, it's a really good reception. There's a lot of, like, people out there that are, like, looking for
Yeah,
that
because
content.
now that you're saying it, I'm thinking about it. If you want to look up how good was Sinners, there's going to be a million videos. But if you look up, like, the Chainsaw one that you did,
Yeah, the Chainsaw Man?
like, there's probably
Yeah.
going to be maybe 20 videos or something.
Yep.
So it's like people are looking for that, but it's just not out there.
It's a niche.
Yeah,
It's a niche
that's
for
dope.
sure.
That's a good idea.
So for number 9, I got, and this was like a limited release, which was crazy. It was The Day the Earth Blew Up. It's a Looney Tunes movie.
What?
So
I didn't even hear about that.
a lot of people don't know that that movie came out in theaters, and it was
Wow.
like back in like March. I think it was March or February.
Where can you watch it now on streaming?
Now you can. It's on
Okay.
HBO.
Okay.
It was not promoted because Warner Brothers decided to actually not promote it, and they decided to sell off the movie. They're like really not having any faith in Looney Tunes anymore as a franchise.
Wow.
They're trying to just take a backseat with that with the new CEO. They sold it to this like independent small movie studio called Catch Up Entertainment, and they were like, let's release it.
Okay.
But there was no promotion, no marketing for it. A lot of people didn't know. It was only because I'm in the film space.
Yeah.
I went and saw it. The movie's amazing.
Really?
It's funny. There's a lot of tongue-in-cheek comedy in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it's for our generation.
Okay.
But the kids can watch it too.
Dope. I'm gonna probably check that out with my daughter then. That's tight.
I'm not gonna spoil too much. Within the first, like, it's about Daffy Duck and Porky Pig. You know,
Okay.
Porky Pig has the speech impediment.
Yeah.
Within the first, like, 10 to 15 minutes, you find out why he has a speech impediment.
Oh,
it's hilarious.
that's funny.
It's funny, man. It's a great movie. I loved it. I was
Cool.
like, I gotta put that there.
I like that. See, this is why I wanted to get you. I'm like, there's gonna be some on there that I can
It's
go
a hidden
check
gem.
out.
It's
That's
a hidden
dope.
gem.
Also,
the kids will like it.
I think the issue with Looney Tunes too is they let too many people get the licensing for it.
Yes.
Like it's on every H&M shirt. It's on literally everything. So when
Yeah.
you see Looney Tunes, it doesn't have that same, like how it used to be back in the day. Now it's like everywhere where you're kind of just like, I don't even want to see it.
In all fairness, too, I feel like even after that small little studio got a hold of it, it is pretty tough to market, and it's like you're trying to really market towards our generation, but at the same time, the kids, and it's difficult. So I don't blame them, but that's a hidden gem. You got to check it out.
Hey,
It's
well,
dope.
that small studio, hit up my boy.
Bro,
Because he's over here.
I will parade for it, bro.
He is really doing y'all a solid right
Yeah,
now.
man. That movie was awesome.
All right, number 8.
8, Fantastic Four, First Steps.
I think that was one of those ones that it left before I could see it. But I heard a lot of people liked it.
It was good.
Yeah.
It's actually better than I thought.
Okay.
Especially with Pedro Pascal playing Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah.
He did a good job. It was more serious. I feel like they're getting back to that tone a little bit.
How were the aesthetics of it? I know it was like more futuristic and
Probably my favorite part about the whole movie.
Okay.
It was like 60s retro in a different universe. So I loved how they did that. It wasn't back in time.
that's what was kind of wanting me to watch it was that the aesthetics and
the
look
aesthetics
of it.
is it just looks, and it's set I think in Brooklyn, somewhere on the East Coast.
Gotcha.
And just the way they captured it was just perfect with a lot of it. And it's crazy. Somebody did a hot take on Twitter, and it just hit me differently after I saw it. They were like, "This is kind of like low key, a live action movie of The Incredibles."
Oh,
So if you think about it in that perspective,
okay.
it's like, oh, okay. But I mean, it's still Fantastic
Yeah,
Four,
yeah.
but the way you look at it, you're like,
That is
man,
interesting.
I can see that.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
you go back and watch The Incredibles, it's kind of starts off in that period. So yeah,
That's pretty cool.
it was actually better than I thought. So it was a good one.
That's a good take. Just a little bit. Like that. All right, man.
And then 7 sinners. Oh no. 7. My bad. Weapons. Yeah,
Weapons. That's on mine.
Okay, yeah. Weapons.
I thought I was gonna wait till we get overlapping because my list is short. One of mine is weapons.
Weapons.
Yes, weapons. Man.
Yeah, I know it's pretty low, but when you see all the my 6, yeah, I was sitting there for a bit, like
Yeah, trying to figure it out.
dude, yeah, I was like, that's pretty
7
low.
weapons. Man.
I don't blame anybody if they have it a lot higher. I get it. For me, the only reason why is because the reveal at the end, I felt like it was still good, but I wanted it to be a little scarier with
Gotcha.
the reveal because I'm like a horror fanatic. So, but I still loved it. I loved the marketing for it. I love the way Zach Cregger did the format of telling each story individually.
I was not expecting that.
That was amazing. I feel like that was the best part of the movie. I mean, the acting's
Same.
great too, but that whole part of everything, just each story, and then it comes together at the end. I was like,
Yeah,
that's
it was
a
like-
brilliant format.
I hate to say this, but you know, we always compare things, but kind of Tarantino type vibe.
It was.
You know what I'm saying?
Pulp Fiction, a little
Yeah,
bit.
you know what I mean?
non-sequential. Yeah.
You don't see that in horror movies.
No, not at all, which I thought was very different. I actually saw Barbarian too, so this was like one of my anticipated. Barbarian I loved as well, the way he marketed
I haven't
it.
seen 2, but I love Barbarian. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Like-
this one was good. So it's kind of hard because I was like, man, should this be higher? Should it not? But it was only because personally, I feel like the reveal could have been a little scarier.
Gotcha.
And it was just like, man. And there's a little bit of plot holes when you go back and watch
Oh
it.
yeah,
and
for
you're like,
sure. That comes with it though. You
Yeah.
know, with horror, you know what I
It's
mean?
all good.
But yeah,
So yeah,
that's a good one. Definitely go watch if you haven't watched that.
Oh yeah.
Highly recommend that
I
one.
think it's on HBO right now as well.
Yeah,
think so.
I think you're
so,
right.
yeah.
Yeah, I
It's
think
on
you're right.
HBO.
Yeah, go check that out.
6, Predator Badlands.
Really?
Yeah, it was a little high. Like I said, hey,
And
if
it
you
just
whippings,
got
it's a
into
little high.
it got into the list like 2 days ago or something,
might be
right?
recency bias, maybe. I don't. But for me, for a Predator film, I was blown away by it. I loved Prey.
Yes.
Back to what we were talking about before this, but I might put this a little higher just because I love the unique perspective of following the Predator. To me, as a kid growing up, I saw the first one with Arnold Schwarzenegger, all that. I always thought, man, how come he's not like? I love the Predator himself, like his just weapons, all those things, technology, the way he looks. I'm like, how come he's not the hero? How come we never look at him like he's the fighter? He's the one that I was always rooting for him, even with Arnold in there. I mean, Arnold's Arnold, but I was like, bro, the Predator is awesome. I kind of want him to win. And then when this was announced, I was like, let's see if he does it right. And like, it's amazing when you watch it. It's like,
What's the level of CGI in that one?
a little bit here and there, but not.
It's not overdone.
No,
Okay,
which is dope. But yeah, I love just the way they did it. I love how it sticks to the roots, kind of like Prey, of how much he wants to be a great warrior.
Yeah.
And it reflects, I felt like I got the vibe of like indigenous warriors from way back in the day. So a lot of it's like fighting for honor.
Yeah.
And, for his value and love it.
I think that's why I love Prey so much is because
Yeah.
you just looked at the predator species just way different than you did when you saw him against Arnold. You kind of just seen him as savages, like, what the fuck? These fools are just...
Yeah, no.
But once you see Prey, you're like, oh, these fools are like...
Here it dives more deep into their clan and their culture, and I love that part about it. There's a lot of purists, I think, out there for the Predator franchise that are probably they might have some issues with it. But I feel like it's kind of for everyone, whether you're a purist or just... And it's PG-13 too, which threw me off because I was like, I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah.
But it kind of makes sense because there's not any humans in it. So you don't really see human blood.
Got you.
But the action doesn't let up. So it's...
Fire.
Yeah, it's fire.
Okay, dope.
So 5 is a little from left field, but I mean, #1 Netflix movie, I think, streamed of all time. right now? Is K-pop Demon Hunters?
Bro, that's on my list.
Okay.
That's on my list.
I was like, I hope you don't look at me weird.
That's my exact thing. You look at it right here. K-pop Demon Hunter.
Oh, okay.
It came out in August.
Bro, that was one of those movies.
It's undeniable.
It is. But when I got wind of it early, when a lot of my movie review like friends were watching, and I was like, what is this? I just thought it was another Netflix animated movie that I was like, I mean, I love animation, but I was like, what is this? And it just has such a basic title that you're just thinking,
bro, that is the craziest part. The title, K-pop Demon Hunter.
Yeah, and you watch it, and you're like, oh, this is so much more than that. It's not just, I mean, it's the music, it's the acting, the animation's top tier. Sony Animation is like killing it. I was like, bro, I couldn't deny it after like a couple of weeks went by, and I just kept hearing so much talk about it. And my cousin actually came over, and he loves film too, and he was like, yo, have you seen that K-pop? And I was like, no, but I've been hearing so much great things about it. He's like, let's watch it. We popped it on, and I was like, yo, this movie is pretty fire.
Bro,
like,
I watched it because of my daughter. Yeah. All the kids love it. That's another layer of it, is like every kid loves it. Like I couldn't even get a costume for her. People were buying the costumes and reselling them. So I couldn't even get the costume for my 5-year-old daughter, bro. Yeah. Like that's how crazy that it is, period. And it only came out in August. It did. You would think that this came out at the beginning of the year, last year. You know, like the way that these people are passionate about it.
Oh, they're very passionate.
It's insane. But yeah, once I watched it, I was like, whoa, this is dope. Because honestly, I believe in that. That might get a little too deep, but like I believe that there is power in music, you know, to control different things. Because for anyone that hasn't seen K-pop Demon, I'm sure everyone's seen it at this point.
Hopefully you're watching this.
But if you haven't, basically what they do is they have like a, what is it called? The shield.
Yeah,
I guess it's
pretty much
like a shield, and their music is what's keeping the people safe.
Yes.
So that's how they fight the demons, with music, and that's kind of just been around in the world for a long time. Like if you look back, you know what I mean? Like that's a known thing.
Oh yeah. Within the first, I think it was like 10 minutes. Like the intro it establishes how long it's been, like centuries. It seems like that there's always like a group protecting everyone, and I'm like, oh, okay, I'm in. As soon as I saw that, I was like, okay, I'm invested. And then as it went on, I was like, okay, now like you said,
once you see the animation, you're like, oh, this just looks dope too.
The dynamic with the boy group, and I just love that whole thing. The music too, I couldn't deny it.
Bro, the songs are so bangers catchy. Too.
They were bangers. I was like, these are not like simplistic songs. Like some of them, they're hook.
That's what's crazy about K-pop is K-pop music has, within a song, has like 4 different, I don't even know what you call it, but like levels, you know, like where
like layers. Like they got layers.
It'll be fast here, then it goes down, and then it comes to, it's like 4 different songs in one, in each K-pop song. That's like kind of how those songs work. But yeah, it's crazy.
Oh yeah, because you not only watch it for the context of the movie, but then you start to listen to the lyrics, and you're like, wow, this can be.
They're spitting for real.
Like they're spitting. I was like, oh okay, this is pretty deep. I was like, I like this, man. This is dope.
Yeah, that movie. It's so funny that you had that on your list, because I thought I was gonna be by myself arguing like why it was good.
Oh no, bro.
But you're right there with me. It's so good.
And the only reason why I don't have it higher, like I said, is there's just so many. I feel like this year, at least for me, there's a lot of great films that came out. So I was just like, oh man, it's kind of tough to put that. I still feel like it's kind of low at number 5, but there's so many to me that I'm gonna name that's gonna be like, okay, so
yeah. If you have not watched that, please go watch it. I highly recommend it. It is just, it's a really good movie, man. I don't know. We can just talk all day about that movie.
I think they just announced a sequel too.
They did.
It's supposed to come out in 2029, which is a long time, but if you know animation, it takes a long time to do.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if it becomes like everything comes from it. You know, like that's you know what I'm saying? Like a show, everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because man, the way that people love it. I even seen they brought the actual girls performing on like different TV talk shows and stuff.
They're doing a press tour right now, and I'm like, this movie's been out, but
Bro,
they're still doing a press tour with them.
Isn't that
like,
insane? Like imagine working on that and you're not really you're going through the process, you're recording the songs. Obviously you think they're good, but you don't know that they're about to like impact the world. Like it's about to change your whole life.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I didn't know the main girls. I was so interested too. So like it's working for the marketing, but yeah, like the main one, I think her name's EJ, and I was like, I didn't even know she's a real artist. And this is like her start that's catapulting her. But I'm like, yo, when you see the main girls, you're like, yeah, they're superstars.
Yeah.
Like, that's not just a movie. Like, they're superstars. I'm like, oh, my God, that's crazy.
Crazy. Okay, let's get on to the next one.
My bad.
Because we're going to stay there all day.
The next one I watched in 40 millimeter a couple months ago. One battle after another.
I was just telling him before I came, that's the only movie that I haven't watched that is on my list that I need.
You gotta watch it.
I need to watch it, yes. But it's still in theaters right now when I looked it up. I don't know if it's anywhere streaming yet, is it?
No, not yet.
Yeah, so that's why I couldn't just throw it on.
It's a great
one. Yeah, I keep hearing.
Paul Thomas Anderson. The acting's phenomenal.
The only thing that worried me is when I was seeing it is that Tiana Taylor's in it. Usually when they have an artist in a movie randomly, it kind of, I'm like.
No, she does a good job, but she's not in it for most of the film, only some of it. I would say like a portion.
Okay.
She does a pretty good job, surprisingly, but I think that just kind of goes to the credit of Paul Thomas Anderson. He's a great filmmaker. Yeah. And then Sean Penn, I feel like does a phenomenal job. Okay. As playing kind of like the villain. And then, I mean, Leo is Leo. I mean, do we got to say much about Leo?
Exactly, yeah.
So that was a great film. Love the plot. Love the filmmaking. There's a last sequence at the end with the road. That's all I'm going to say. Just pay attention to that. So
yeah, I'm definitely, that's, as soon as it gets on streaming, I'm watching it.
Check it out. It's a good one. Next one. So that was number 4. The third one, I'm going to say Chainsaw Man.
I seen you did a video on that one, right?
Yeah, and I just finished the first season maybe a month ago. Okay. And then I don't know if you're familiar with it, but it's Japanese anime, but it's pretty much about this teenage boy. And at first he dies, and let's just say he's revived by what they call him as devils in this world. But I think the translation for us at least would be kind of like demons. Yeah. And then he goes off to fight other devils. And so it's like, it's kind of like got an element of horror in it. Okay. It can get really gory. It's pretty fantastical in that way. Yeah.
I like the straightforward name. Usually when animes have like a straightforward name it's Chainsaw Man.
Oh yeah, he's
you know what I mean?
And he turns that way too because he doesn't look anything like that. And he turns that way once he gets kind of like, he pulls the string and it's like a chainsaw, and then he kind of, his devil side comes out. That's it. And just the gore, the action, the animation is beautiful in this film. But that, I finished the first season, felt like it can get pretty dark and then kind of funny. But I just love the iconography with it, just the way he looks. And then when I saw the movie, I was thinking, okay, it's just an extension, blah, blah, blah. And you watch the movie and the story just hits you. First 30 minutes is like drama. And you're like, okay, where's the action? Like, that's not what I saw from the first season. Like, what's going on? And then there's like a twist. And then from then on, it's just action all the way through.
Got you.
And the end is like a gut punch. When you watch it, it's going to be like.
What is the show on?
Hulu. Well, Crunchyroll, Hulu.
Got you.
So right now it's on Hulu. Just one season's out right now. The second season, I think, is going to come out in 2027. But it's also on Crunchyroll if you guys have it. But it easily digestible, but it is pretty adult. And I don't feel like, in a sense, you have to watch the first season if you were to watch the movie. Yeah, as long as you just kind of catch on to some of the basis of who they are, these characters. Yeah. But you watch it, I left that theater, just that gut punch was like, damn.
That's dope that you have that in there. Because like you said, I think anything that you do and why people are probably gravitating towards it is like anything that you do that is, natural. You're not getting into the anime space and talking about that just because you know that there's a need for it. That's just
No,
kind of something you always
it's a
will
thing,
do.
man. I got this shirt like a year ago, just because it's like one of my favorite cartoons growing up was Batman the Animated Series. It's goated to me. But I just always been into cartoons, man. And it was funny because I was talking to my cousin not too long ago about this, and I was like, dude, when we're growing up, because I'm a millennial, but when we're growing up, I felt like you watching anime wasn't a thing. It was kind of like, let's just not talk about
it was
that.
very nerdy.
You might be a geek or a dweeb, but as we've gotten older, these younger generation, they're embracing the anime, and I love it because I'm like, oh, yeah, I watched a lot of anime growing up. What do you mean?
These like Comic-Cons and different conventions are huge.
They're bringing it out, man.
Huge.
That's why I'm like, it's been me anyway since I was a kid, so I just feel more comfortable talking about it because it's like, I'm going to watch these things anyways.
Yeah.
Because that's just me. A lot of times I just group it with film, you know, because it's like, I
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah, that's dope. I hope that you continue to review those releases and stuff like that. Because, definitely. Like, you can tell. And I think that's why people are liking it. You can tell that you're not just doing it just because there's a need. Like, you're going to watch it anyway, so I might as well let y'all know how it is.
If I love it or I don't, you know what I mean? I'm going to do it anyways. And, yeah, I feel like it's the perfect time, ironically. But like you said, naturally, I'm just gravitating towards it.
Yeah, for sure. All right, what we got next?
So going into the top two, so this one probably could have been it was neck and neck with Chainsaw Man because I loved it so much. Now, I know a lot of people probably have this lower, but it threw me off when I first saw it, but The Long Walk.
That's another one I need to watch. I heard that was good. Everyone was saying it's good, but when I seen the preview in theaters, I was confused and I was like, I don't want to watch this.
It looks so basic.
Yes.
A lot of people were saying they're just like, oh, it's about a damn walk.
Yeah.
Like, what are you going to do? It's
I was
just a
like,
bunch of boys walking and they get killed if they, but there's so much more to it.
Got you.
Because the heart of the film is the main two characters in there. And that's what, there was so many reactions to it, and it wasn't just, had been way after I'd watched it. But I feel like that's the reason why it was so impactful to me, is because there was people posting saying, I thought this was just a Stephen King adaptation movie. Walked out bawling my eyes out. And that's kind of how I felt. Like, I dropped a tear in here. I usually don't do that with movies. I was sitting there.
Wait, you dropped a tear?
Yeah, I was like, bro, this movie, it hits.
When's the last time you think that's happened?
Yeah, it's been a couple of years, man. It's been a couple of years because I usually don't, like, I'll get that little lump in my throat where I'm like, okay, this is kind of, but not when I'm sitting there, like, my eyes were, watery, like, tear dropped, and I was just like, this hit. It is weird, too, because this movie's so brutal. It's kind of Squid Game-ish a little bit, kind of like Hunger Games, same director. And
oh, is it? I didn't even know
director,
that. Okay, dope.
So, but the score combined with these characters and what they're going through, it just kind of builds up. It's like you have to see a lot of this brutal violence to see the heart of these characters, and then you start to like really
feel for them.
Yeah. And the basis of survival instincts and just the way they are, you just see, and you're like, man, that's, and it's also metaphorical to them. Walking is supposed to be like a journey. It's kind of like a metaphor for life.
Yeah.
So once it hits to the end, you're like, man. Granted, I know there's a lot of people that are like mixed about the ending. I love the ending. Okay. I thought it was awesome.
Fire.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Also has a great performance in there by David Johnson.
Okay.
Yeah, he's one of the supporting actors. He was in, did you ever see Alien Romulus? Mm-mm. He's the android in there.
I didn't see it, no.
Amazing performance.
Okay, so dope.
Yeah, you gotta watch that.
Damn, I did not expect that one on your list.
Yeah, it was a little higher probably than most people's list, but I just loved it, man. And it hit me, like I said, and it's one of those movies that sticks with you after a while because you're like.
And now we get to
the number one
best movie of 2025. Let's all say it together. Sinners.
Come on, undoubtedly, bro.
Undoubtedly.
There's a lot of people out there, too, that are being like, no, it's not. It's overrated. I feel like it's one of those movies, too, that every time I've seen it after, because I got it in 4K, and then I was like, it gets better every time I watch it, too.
We talked about it on the pod once, and I got a little bit of shit for it, but I said, I think it's a better version of Dusk Till Dawn.
It is.
Because if you think about it, it's the brothers. Honestly, it's stuck in a... You know what I'm saying? Like, there's so many parallels.
There is. So I know that was one of the inspirations for Ryan Coogler when he had made it. but he had a few other inspirations. But
Yeah.
the thing about Dusk Till Dawn, like, because I love that as a vampire movie too, but not as much as here, because that movie was like first half was like a heist movie, and then it turns into a vampire, which is cool. But I feel like with Sinners, there's just so many layers to it compared to Dusk Till Dawn.
So many.
You have the blues music, you have the race element in it, you have the culture in it, you have it's a time period piece, and beautifully done, by the way it was executed with the costume designers. Like, there's so many things. I love, though, probably one of the many things, but how Ryan Coogler put a lot of the historical context in there when it came to race.
Man, I never, ever thought about how it felt or like what it would look like where these people are no longer slaves, but they're still getting paid not in cash. Because remember, they were trying to pay with the plantation money. You know?
The wood nickels.
Yeah, I've never heard about that. And when we've read things or anything, I'm like, wow.
The biggest thing that threw me off was when Smoke goes into town, and you see on one of the sides it says tamales. If you actually pay attention,
I don't think I even seen that.
But you don't really see any Latinos or Latinas because a lot of that food was made differently by different cultures. But also the parallels between the Chinese couple. So you see the father, Bo, working at one of the grocery stores. Then he says, go and get your mom. She walks across the street, the daughter does, to get the mom. And if you really pay attention, you notice that's the white side, that's the black side. So it was a segregation. Just the stuff that he put in there, I was just like, man, you're hitting some notes, man. You're hitting some chords. I'm just like...
Yeah, like, to where I don't even want to know what the script looked like because it's like all those things have to, like...
Oh, yeah. He wrote that in, I think it was like under 3 months. I'm like, what? When I was looking at some of the back, I was like, no way. I was like, that is crazy.
Bro, my favorite thing, and this is why I always say I don't watch trailers unless they're in the theater and I'm watching it. I don't have a choice.
Yeah.
But I love to not watch trailers because before seeing it, I didn't know there was going to be 2 Michael B. Jordans.
Oh, the twins. Yeah.
So when the first scene comes, when they're standing on the car, one smoking, and
when he's,
I was like, my mind, I was like, I'm in. Like, my mind is blown. Like, what?
The crazy thing is a lot of people on Twitter, there's a lot of talk about Miles Canton, who plays Sammy in the movie. It was his first time acting, right? And he's a singer, but he, a lot of people are saying he needs to be nominated for supporting actor. And I'm like, that's cool. He did a great job. But we're not talking about Michael B enough. Bro, to play twins like that.
Wow.
There was there was so many times in there I was like, oh, yeah, it's the same guy. My bad. There was times where I was like, wait, that's not.
Because, they were completely different, you know? Like,
they did it in a way, too, where it wasn't too outlandish or it wasn't too
nobody
much.
Was trying hard. Like, they were just their own character. Yeah. They were just their own person. Like, if you know twins, that's how twins are, you know? They're like, typically, they're like that. Like, I have brothers-in-laws that are twin brothers. Yeah. And they're a lot like that, where it's like, obviously, they look the same. They have similar gestures and things like that and how they talk, but they're completely different people. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, they have their whole...
He did such a good job on that. I was like, bro, this is crazy. I saw it 3 times in theaters.
I saw it twice.
Okay.
Yeah,
so it was funny. The first time I saw it just me and my cousin. Second time I brought my pops.
Okay.
He loves period.
Shout out to Pops, man.
Oh, dude. He got me into film, bro.
That's fire.
Him and my grandfather. I grew up with my grandfather watching the classic Universal monsters. Black and white. And then Westerns.
Wow. So he was just like putting you on.
In, bro. And I didn't even think about it growing up. I was just like, it's just a movie, whatever. And
that's crazy, bro.
Every time I helped him, he would give me some cash, and I'd be like, no, it's okay. And he would say, go take your lady to a movie. It was always the thing. And then, ironically, full circle, I'm like, I love to go to the movies. I'm like, yeah. But yeah, he introduced my pops, and then my pops he just loves film. So we'll go and watch movies. He loved that movie. And then the third time, he brought my mom's.
That's fire.
He's like, everyone has to watch this movie.
He's like, hey, you got to watch this.
Come on, you got to watch this.
Yeah.
So I was like, bruh.
That's so tight. Has there ever been a movie that you guys watched and you loved it and he hated it and you guys were like not on the same page? Or are you guys kind of like usually on the same wavelength? Usually
we are. I could say one. I was like 10 or 11. I'm probably aging myself, but I went to the movies and I was like, I gotta see this. I was into zombie films. Like as a preteen, I was just like, I love zombie films. The remake of Dawn of the Dead came out, the Zack Snyder one.
Yeah.
And I was like, I gotta see this in the movies. At that time, you had to be accompanied by an adult unless you were a teen, right? And so I begged my parents. Took me within the first like 10 minutes when the girl comes out and she's bitten and she starts like biting the dude. There's blood everywhere. They were so mortified. They were like, never again. Like,
Oh no.
my mom was just like, she had nightmares for days. My dad was like, you're not going to see a horror movie for a while. Like, just no. Like, they were so mortified. After that, he was like, yeah, this movie's okay.
He's like, I gotta vet what you're doing now.
I thought it was so awesome. To this day, it's like one of my favorite horror movies.
That was his favorite. We talked
Love
about
that
it. Yeah.
movie, bro.
Oh
It's
my
so
god.
crazy.
I think James Gunn wrote that, didn't he?
He did.
Man, that movie, because that's the one in the mall, right?
Yeah, that's the one of them all.
That part of it too was just like a fantasy of like being in the mall.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
and then you got a survival type of zombie apocalypse.
like that part
Yeah.
of like you always, because the mall, I mean the malls are dead now, but back then the mall was the coolest
Always
place
the
to
coolest
be.
place.
So like the mall's empty and you're just in every store
Yeah.
like grabbing stuff. Like that's so cool.
And I hadn't seen the original until like
Oh,
way after
yeah,
that.
yeah.
And I still like the original, but I'm like, the remake is just, there's something
The
about it.
mall
man.
aspect was like super Y2K, you know, like that was like
Oh, yeah.
that was such a cool idea to
Oh,
do it
very.
in a mall like that.
Well, and another thing
So
too is
cool.
I had seen 28 Days Later. I love that one too,
I
but
love that movie too.
this is the first time I had seen hordes of them like running, where I was like, oh my God, they're running. They're not walking. They're running. 28 Days Later, you see the running, but I feel like they're not hordes of them. It's just like sporadic.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. That movie was, after that, they were like, my dad thought it was okay. My mom was like, never again.
Dude,
I
that's
hate this
so
movie.
funny.
And me, I was like, I love this movie. It's so amazing.
Like I love
I'm going to get it when it comes out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I remember that happened one time for whatever reason. I still to this day I don't know why. I guess just because of the title. But my mom let us go to and she went with us to see Step Brothers.
you know
Bro.
what's crazy is when I first saw that, quick side note, that was the first and only movie I've ever had an asthma attack in. Because I got asthma. I was laughing so hard, bro. I was laughing so hard I couldn't even take a breath to like, and I had my inhaler with me. We had to walk out. I was apologizing to my brother. I just can't stop laughing, bro. I was like, I was wheezing and I was just like,
He's like, bro, we could go
it
to the
goes down
hospital.
in history as like one of my like funniest movies I've ever seen. It was hilarious. But what
Bro,
was your
imagine that tagline though. Like, there's people that are having asthma attacks outside of the
bro.
theater.
It's
Like
great
that.
marketing in a
Yes,
way, you
like,
know. But
They just a video of you just like dying.
I
like,
was-
your
dude,
brother's all giving you
I
your.
was just laughing so hard. I remember too feeling like, oh my God, I can't breathe. And it
Bro.
was like not even 30 minutes in, and I was like,
Honestly,
oh no.
The crazy part is I was having the opposite because I thought it
Oh,
was
you-
funny, but my mom is right here and
Oh,
she's just
yeah.
mortified. So I'm just sitting
Yeah.
here like, it's like when you put on like your favorite hip hop song in the car when you're young,
yeah.
and this is your song, but now Lil Wayne's saying fuck this, and now you're like, oh my
Yeah.
God, I didn't remember how many cuss words are in here. But when your parents are there,
Parents are
you're
like-
like, oh shit. That's how I was watching that.
Surprise
It was
shows,
just
yeah.
like thing after thing after thing, and we made it. This was the final straw when we walked out and we left. When he put the balls on the drum set, when the balls came out,
So you had to walk out just like I did?
yes, bro. That was it. That was the
Different
final
reasons, but-
straw, bro. My mom was like, "Yeah, let's go."
We
We
gotta
walked
go.
out,
Oh
yeah.
my God.
But we made it all the way to the balls in the drum set.
Oh.
But yeah, before that, all the things leading up to that was just like, I'm just sitting there like, oh my God,
This is outrageous.
this
Yeah,
is
it's-
crazy.
And
But
I
yeah.
love that movie, but another probably my most awkward. So was that your most
Probably,
awkward?
yeah.
So my most awkward was so I got two older brothers, and we used to do like family movie day sometimes.
Oh,
where
like
it was
at
the
home?
weekend. No, we would go and see. A movie,
Okay, I was
right?
gonna say at home
No.
might be even worse.
Oh, so this is the crazy thing is, my oldest brother at that time, he was like close to hitting 20, I'm sure, 2021. And I was already a teenager. I was like 13 or 14 at the time. And we were all trying to decide what to watch. There wasn't much to watch. And he goes, I want to see 40 Virgin. And the rest, like my parents and me and my brother were just kind of like, okay. And my dad was like, well, there's nothing else to watch. And my mom was like, Sure. We were like, what?
For real?
Sure. We sat through that whole movie, bro. My mom was next to me the whole time, and I was trying to hold in laughs because I'm like, I don't think she should know that I know some of this stuff. And it was the most awkward, but it was hilarious because now I look back and I'm like, all right, props, Mom.
Honestly,
because we stayed through the whole movie.
That one might be worse than
Oh
Step
my
Brothers.
God, bro. There's so many parts, and I was like,
Because
we're going to walk out.
that one's way more sexual than
Very.
Step
There's
Brothers.
some scenes in there I was like, yo. And the worst part is I feel like the experience of when you watch a movie and you hear especially a comedy, you hear other people laugh, it makes it more funnier. So there was times where I was trying to hold in my laugh and I'm like,
Yeah.
and then I hear the guy behind me just
Crying.
laughing hard, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna lose it. It's like,
It's been a long time since I've been in the theater like crying, laughing.
I was just having a conversation not too long ago with somebody saying that the comedies are not. It's just everything's PC now.
They're just
Everyone's
not hitting.
No, they're not. Everything's
Man,
PC.
like I just watched Pineapple Express the other
Oh,
night.
that's hilarious.
My
that's
God,
a great
bro!
film.
Like,
That's
jeez,
a
I was
great
just
film.
dying the whole
That's a great
time,
film.
bro. I literally had to smoke because I was like to watch before I watch it. I'm like, that's just the vibe this
Oh,
is.
yeah,
I
it
need to
is.
go smoke,
It
bro,
is.
and I don't even smoke like that.
Oh, dude.
But I'm like, I need to go smoke before I watch it, bro. I was crying.
that renaissance, I feel like, of that period of like Seth Rogen and all of them, bro.
My gosh.
The films that were coming out were just hitting, and I was
Can
like,
linger,
they were
bro.
hilarious.
There's so much shit in that movie.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, has there been a good comedy that you've seen?
it hasn't been. I keep hearing that Good Fortune, the one with Keanu Reeves.
I
is
watched that
good.
one. I checked
so
that
was
one
it
out.
funny or no? Not that funny.
It's more of a feel good movie than funny.
Oh,
There's
okay.
definitely like
Okay.
jokes in there, but not to give too much away. If you guys want to watch, I would say I would recommend watching it.
Okay.
When it comes out or whatever. But it's basically just kind of like, the world that we're in right now is just really tough for everybody. That's not like getting a lot of money, because the middle class is almost gone. Like now we're getting
true.
too political, but
No,
you know
it's
what
true.
I'm saying?
It's blurring that line.
It's
now.
blurring that line,
Yeah.
and so this movie kind of talks and hits on that, like how everyone's feeling. And
nice.
Keanu Reeves plays an angel in it, so like he's like trying to help navigate Aziz in different situations. And
That
stuff.
one and Roof Man, I didn't get a chance to watch.
I just told him I want to watch Roof Man too. Yeah,
I keep hearing it's like one of the underrated films.
No way.
Yeah.
I just wanted to watch it
Yes,
because
you
of the
must.
story. It's a real story about the dude
Well,
that
that interested me.
Yeah.
I like Channing Tatum. Channing Tatum seems like a cool guy in real life.
when he did the Hateful Eight character,
yeah.
I was like, oh yeah, he's great. Like for him to be down to do some shit like that, I'm like,
Oh,
just
when I-
random. You know what I mean?
I think it was around that time when I saw him in This Is the End.
I was gonna say that too. That was insane.
funny. I
When
was
he's
like,
on his leg.
what? Yeah. This guy Channing Tate Yum. He's like, bro, that had me. I was like, all right, you
Yeah.
got my respect. Before that, I was like, who's this guy? I
He's
was
just
like,
a pretty guy.
Yeah, pretty much. I was like, all right. But
that's funny.
Um,
What would you
yeah.
say your favorite your comedy is then? Before we get out of here,
cross between, I'd have to say Superbad and For Your Virgin. It might be Superbad. I love
Superbad is so
Superbad.
good.
I love that movie. And when I first saw it too, I felt like that was me in high school. Just the way just kind of the way they talk, like some of our friends. It was kind of me, and I was just like, and just the way they were too. Like the end, you kind of, or the third act, you kind of find out that they're not who they're portraying in a way, and you're like, bro.
But that's just how it is.
Yeah.
That's
The high
why it
school
hits so
kids,
home. That it
yeah.
hits home because that's like everyone is like, they just act like they know everything, but
Oh, yeah.
you've done nothing.
You've done nothing. You're just a kid, and you're just talking vulgar and just saying stupid things. It's like
Yeah.
you don't know anything. But what about you?
Number one comedy. That's so
And
hard,
it's tough.
bro.
But somebody asked me this prior, I don't know, it was like a few months ago, and I had to sit there, and that's why.
Yeah,
off the
that's
I
how
was
you
like,
have
probably
it.
Those two, probably Superbad though.
Man, I'm
So
trying
special
to
to me.
think. You know what? I would go just that comes to my head right now, and I'd just be crying when I watch it. Is Nacho Libre, bro? Jack
That is
Black.
a classic.
I'd be crying
I feel like
watching
that's
that
a-
movie, bro. Like
that's-
when he hits the corn out of the foods, he's like,
Oh,
"Get that corn out!"
yeah,
Like I'm
that's a
crying,
great-
bro. Like
Oh, bro, that's such a great movie. You know what? I feel like it's gotten better over time too.
yes,
And especially in like I feel like the Latino community,
which is crazy
really
because it's a
embraced it.
white guy
Yeah.
playing a Latino.
I said this not too long ago too. I was like, dude, he's the one that got away with it.
He got away
So
with
did
it.
Robert Downey Jr. playing,
I don't know if I guess he did get away with it.
At first it was controversial, and then later on he kinda
They
got
let
away
it
with I
go.
was
They
like,
let it.
I mean, but for us Latino households, I guess we were like, what do you mean he's white?
Literally, bro.
I was like, when I watched it, I was like, wait,
He's
is Jack
Mexican,
black?
bro.
Yeah, I was like, is he?
I know you're like, he's 25%.
Yeah,
maybe?
I was like, is he kind of? And I've heard him talk Spanish at like conventions and stuff, and I'm like, oh, respect, man. But that movie, yeah, that movie is great. I
Yeah,
love
that one.
movie.
There's just so many scenes in that. I'm just like, oh my god, and
I
it's just
thought-
so over the top too.
It is. I thought for a second you were gonna say Napoleon. I thought you were gonna say that.
I do love that one, but that one there's a lot of lulls. You know, like
There
it goes
is.
ups and downs.
There's
It's
some
supposed to be like
slow-
that.
yeah.
You know.
There's some slow parts too. Where
Yeah.
you're like, okay, where's this gonna go? But
Yeah, but like Nacho from the start,
It
like
is.
when he goes and
He's the ground
he's
running.
acting like the fool's dead, he's putting the quarters on his head, and the fool just he turns around. He's like,
the funny
Yo.
thing is, I went to go see that in theaters. It was just like a random
I did too.
night.
Yeah.
It was a random night, and I was like, I love Napoleon Dynamite. I went with one of my homeboys, and we got there, and halfway in the film, so you remember when he throws the corn at the dude and it hits him in the eye?
oh yeah,
So that part, for some reason, the film just cut off. And
Oh.
then one of the employees came out and was like, I'm so sorry. There was something wrong with the reel. So you guys are going to all get movie passes, but you can stay or leave, but we're going to restart it. But unfortunately, we have to restart from the beginning. And me and my homeboy, we were laughing so hard. We just looked at each other like, I'm down.
Run it back.
So like we watched the whole thing again. So I was like, dude, this will forever go down. I
that's
was
tight
like,
because that's pretty far
oh,
into the movie.
I'll always remember that too. I mean, I was like,
Yeah.
okay, this is pretty unique.
You're like, I watched
What's
Nacho
up?
Libre twice today.
Yeah, I was like, this movie's great. And I was like, I love this movie.
That's dope. Well, go ahead and shout out your YouTube, anything where they can find you, bro.
Yeah, so at Jacey Flames, that's across the board. So whether it's YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, I'm on Twitter here and there too. But that's at, and then Jacey, Jacey, and then Flames, the way it's spelled.
Yes, sir. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Trying to get to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, so please tap in. We also go to our Instagram page. We have an event that we're doing 11/22 at Strip Mall Coffee. If you want to meet some cool people, or if you have your own business or you're doing cool stuff like JC, we're going to have everybody in one coffee shop, DJ vibes, tacos. You guys can all network and get together. That's my plan with this event is like you go and meet somebody and now you guys are doing stuff together.
Yeah, that's
so
for
that's an event we're
creatives.
doing. Yeah, not this Saturday coming up, but 11/22 that Saturday.
Nice.
So I hope to see y'all there. But just like that, we out. Peace.